Home of progressive Black Talk Media. This is WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online on wordradio.com and the Word Radio app. The views and opinions expressed by the guests, listeners, and hosts of any program on Word Radio do not necessarily reflect those of the ownership, management, or advertisers of this station.
I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
All right, people, write something on the board. Let's spell it. First letter.
L O G.
What's that? What?
It's time. It's time to have real, honest, open, difficult, and inspiring conversations. It's time for Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Hello. Hello and welcome. Welcome to Love and Life with Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Happy hump day to you and welcome to May. Welcome to May. OMG. Can you believe it? I hope that your week is off to a great start, as I always do. You know I do. To our family on our socials, please let us know that you are there by sharing a message or a few, or give us a call. If you'd rather do that, you can do that by dialing 215-634-8065. You can even call us toll free at 1-866-361-0900. However you want to show us some love, you know we will take it. You know we will. You know we will. Family, it's time for our Black History 365 moment. Today's Black History 365 moment is about Rebecca Lee Crumpler. That's right. Rebecca Lee Crumpler was the first woman in the United States to qualify as a doctor, the first Black woman. Let's be clear. That's an important part. The first Black woman in the United States to qualify as a doctor. She opened her own medical clinic in Boston, and she dedicated herself to treating women and children who lived in poverty. She treated patients regardless of their ability to pay, and she often took no money for her work. Family, that's today's Black History 365 moment. I want to wish a happy birthday to all of our love lights who are celebrating a birthday. It's just sending celebratory love and hugs to each and every one of you, as you know we do. And I am personally sending extra love and hugs to you on behalf of your entire tribe and village. If your light is shining even the slightest bit dimly, do you hear me? Just a little bit, we want you to know that you're not alone, okay? We want you to know that you do have support. We are right here. I do see that some of our family members are checking in. Nasir Butler. Hey there, Nasir. He shares peace and blessings with everybody. We love it, and we send it right back to you. Willie Matthew Williams, our love bug, is checking in as well and wishing everybody a happy hump day. And Malcolm White, there's that message that I look for. He's watching and listening from West Mount Airing, and he's sending a good evening to everybody. Well, family, before we get into everything, we have a pair of tickets to give away. We are giving a pair of tickets away. Yes, we are. Listen up. All Black Everything Pop-Up presents CandleCon on Sunday, May 5th from 12 p.m. until 6 p.m. at the venue location 215. That's located at 990 Spring Garden Street. Shop with over 30 Black candle makers from around the country and hear from guest speaker Shan Greggs of Simply Sense Candle Company from Houston, Texas. Enjoy entertainment, photo activations, workshops, wine refreshments, and of course, lots and lots of candles. Oh, that sounds like fun to me. They say it's going to be lit. That's what they say. If this sounds like a great time, Word is giving away a pair of tickets to the third caller. That's right. Simply dial 215-634 to get those tickets. You cannot win, however, if you've won a prize from us in the past 30 days. That's CandleCon on Sunday, May 5th at 12 p.m. Presented by All Black Everything Pop-Up. All right, family, let's get started. Let's get started. In this hour, we have some extraordinary individuals for you to meet. You know we do. The first of which is Danielle Laudeman, who is a campaign development manager for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Big Climb Philly here in Eastern Pennsylvania and Delaware. She's brought with her Tarron Jackson, who is a defensive end for the Philadelphia Eagles, who he was selected by Philadelphia in the 6th round during the 2021 NFL draft. He shares that making it to the NFL was a promise he made to his older brother, Darren, who died of leukemia at the age of 12. Family, I invite you to the conversation with both Danielle and Tarron. Well, hello there, family, and welcome.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Oh, I'm excited.
Thank you for having us.
What? So okay, wait a minute. I know it's me. Before the show began, family, we were talking, and I was on 10, as you know, I usually am. And I shared with them my little fur child, Chloe, hurt herself. So I'm sitting here trying to keep myself together. But Danielle and Tarron, how are y'all doing?
Doing good. We're excited to be here.
You good?
I'm doing great.
Y'all sure? Y'all happy to be here? You sure?
It's a beautiful day, sun shining. What more can you ask for?
Great. Hey, weather been great this whole week. So
I'm saying it is. So before we get into talking about the event, please share with us individually just a little more about yourselves. I'd only like to give a blurb to our family members because it just feels better coming from you when you say, well, I come from so-and-so, I did this, I grew up here or what have you. So if you wouldn't mind, would you share with our family a little bit more about you?
Sure. Tarron, you go ahead first.
I got you. So Tarron Jackson, I'm from Aiken, South Carolina. I know a lot of people don't know where that's at. But if you keep driving, you see trees, you just keep going. So I'm from the deep country. Grew up with a big family. Grew up, my father was a contractor, so I grew up doing a lot of inside carpentry, stuff outside too, landscape work, stuff like that. That's kind of where I learned, my hard working side, that I feel like that's really a key factor and, kind of what built my character. But yeah, so big country guy, love good food. That's why I love Philly.
Right.
But, yeah, so that's a little bit about me.
I'm Danielle Laudeman. I am from Schuylkill County, Pennsylvania originally. So like Tarron, I am from the country. Continue past Tarron's trees and you might find mine. So something I tell people from where Yingling beer is made and then a little bit more north. So big family girl as well. Have a family who I love and adore, who has always been there for me, which is why I've come to LLS. They've impacted me and I've had cancer's had an impact on my life. So it's drawn me here and kind of involved me in what I do every single day.
I love that. So Danielle, what brought you to LLS?
So I actually started at LLS interning in 2018 when I went to Kutztown University. Go Bears. So I started there. I always knew I wanted to do something that connected me back to a reason that mattered. So for me, that was my grandparents. They both passed away from a cancer, and cancer has really affected my life just deeply. And I've had to be there for them during those periods of time, and got to see the impact that different organizations like LLS has made. So really, it was just wanting to give back and be able to be a part of that. Did that during college, like I said, left for a little bit, and then came back to LLS and found my way, and truly has felt like home at this point, and felt like I'm continuing on to do what I've always wanted.
I love that. I love that. So now, Tarron, what brought you, or how was the connection made for you?
So actually, I can't even remember fully how it fully started. I think Brooke was the one that first from LLS. She reached out to me, but it was kind of like it came hand in hand, because I always wanted to do something with leukemia, because I had a part of it because of my brother. So I always wanted to find a way to give back and to do something to help, raise money and stuff for LLS to help the cause. So when she reached out to me, man, it was like a boom, like, this is what you need to do. So, I'm glad that it happened. It's kind of discernment. God just, kind of made it play out how it played out. So whenever it happened, I was like, man, I need to do that. So, we kind of took off from there, so it's going to be year 3 now. So it'll be
Wow. Good. Oh, wow. Yeah, God does know what he's doing, doesn't he?
He do.
He does. And so when they approached you, Tarron, and they said, well, would you be interested in sharing your journey? And by the way, so sorry for your loss, because I did not acknowledge that. So I'm terribly sorry for your loss, and the impact I'm sure it has had on you and on your family. I imagine for the both of you being so close to, how how the effect is on everybody, that it gives you a sense of, how do I put this? Well, you both sound like caregivers. You sound like, okay, it gives you that opportunity to advocate for those who need help, for those who need care. And I imagine that's the biggest part about what you do for you, that satisfaction of being able to give back. Is that a part of it for you?
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. I feel like for me, like whenever I'm doing this stuff, and you go to Big Climb, you hear everybody's story, you're connecting with these different people. It's like I get a remembrance of my brother and what I went through. So it's like it's always that big connection, and it's always a way for me to connect with him. So that's always big for me.
All right, so without further ado, please tell us about the Big Climb, because that's why we're here. We're here to talk about it. I want to let our family members know. So please share with us, Danielle, what is the Big Climb Philly?
Big Climb Philly is a high energy fundraising event for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. All of the funds that are raised during the event will go towards our mission, which is to cure leukemia, lymphoma, Hodgkin's disease, and myeloma, and then improve the quality of life for patients and their families.
Wow. So you said, wait, now how did you describe it again? As
it's a high energy fundraising event, and it truly is high energy. The day is incredible.
Uh-oh, I'm afraid. What does that mean? High energy. What do we have to do? What do we do?
Yeah, so you'll be able to it's a behind the scenes journey is what we like to explain it as, through Lincoln Financial Field, a way that you truly would never get to experience it otherwise. So you'll climb upstairs, through the concourses, down the ramps, through the tunnels that Tarron comes out on Sundays, onto the field, and finish up there where you'll get your medal, take some pictures with your friends and family at the finish line, and be able to celebrate everything that you've truly done throughout the day, and also up to the event to make the event absolutely possible.
So, Tarron, this is basically training for you.
Hey, it's definitely training. It's definitely a workout too. Every year after I get done, connecting with everybody, I always do the climb with everybody. And man, it's a good workout too. But man, it's just great to get an opportunity, you know, to run with everybody and to, you know, just see the enjoyment and the excitement on everybody's faces. And I'm competing with everybody. I ain't gonna let them win either. So, you know, we all competed last year.
Wait,
You know,
we've got a professional athlete. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
But definitely it's a good event, man. It's fun. You know, it's a fun event.
We have two different routes that we can do. And it's like, there's one that's go with the flow where you can take in the sights of the stadium. And then there's a need for speed. Toronto always ends up in the need for speed, trying to outbeat everybody. But I think there's a lot of participants who are in his wave who have some ambitions to beat a professional football player.
Yeah, I'm sure that I would never see Teron there at the event because I'd be on the go with the flow side. I'm sure.
Away from across the street. We'll see him.
I love that. So now where? Lincoln Financial Field is where, but when will the event take place?
In just 10 days. So we're coming up quick. It'll be on May 11th and it opens up at 8 a.m. Our climb times start at 9 and we will climb every 15 minutes until 12:15. And we're expecting about 2,000 people to be there. So we have a full house, if not more. We have a full house this year and record-breaking numbers of people already. So it's going to be a really exciting day.
So what do we do to participate? Do we have to register or do we just show up or how does that work?
So you can pre-register online at Big Climb Philly. You can look that up through lls.org. All of our events are on there. And then you can pre-register online. We'll assign you a wave time that way, send you all of the information, logistics through the day. So would highly recommend pre-registering. But you also, if you decide you're not sure what's going to happen the day of, you can also show up on the day of and register then too.
So when you say, we'll climb every 15 minutes, is there like a rest period? Is that what that is in between the?
So you climb one time, but every 15 minutes we'll send off a different wave. So you're only in it for one time. You're off the hook after that, and you can hang out. We have a base camp area. There's tons of food and exciting different things happening. We have why I climb walls. We have flowers this year for Mother's Day. We have an Annie Ann's food truck. So there is so much to do on that day. Games, maybe you can play some cornhole with Teron.
Ooh, yeah.
This sounds like a really, really, really good family event.
It truly is. It's a great community event. We love when people come out with their families. We have people who climb with babies strapped to their chest. We have toddlers who are doing it. A lot of our honored heroes are kids. So we're honoring Ollie, who is an 8-year-old boy who was diagnosed with a blood cancer. He's in remission right now. So wonderful. We're going to honor him that day, and he will fly through the stadium along with many other kids.
OMG. So I imagine Ali probably will, and Teron will. But so will there be a lot of adults flying through the stadium too?
There is, and it's really accessible for all people too. So if you need to take a seat off to the side, you can. Like I said, we have the go with the flow. Take your time, or if you're in it for the time like Teron, you can race.
I'm afraid of Teron. I'm telling you that right now. I'm afraid of Danielle. I'm going to come with you.
You're right beside me.
Do you remember what your time was last year, Teron? I remember it was.
Oh yeah, I don't even remember. I didn't even have a top time though. I'm telling you, like people really sprint through, like so. It's definitely
people are competitive.
Yeah, I think I was top 10. I think I was top 10 though. Yeah.
Why does that not surprise me? Why does that? So Danielle, do you compete as well, or are you working that day?
So I'm working most of the day, but I will get in it at the very end. A lot of our staff will go at the last wave time. So if you're in it at 12:15, you're up against some pretty competitive groups of people too.
I love it. I mean, really, and you're talking about on a weekend of celebration. What better way than to celebrate with your family, celebrate with your community, have some fun, be educated. I mean, it's a well-rounded event. Family, hi there. Welcome, especially if you have just joined us. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking with Danielle Laudeman and we are talking with Tarron Jackson. And we're talking about the Big Climb Philly. It's an event that is taking place in just 10 days. Oh, 10 days, 10 days, right? Did I get that right? 10 days?
10 days.
10 days. Family, listen, we're going to take a commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about some more things. So stay with us because we are coming right back.
Tune in this Friday, May 3rd at 4 p.m. for a special conversation on being biracial. This conversation features podcast hosts Darylise Lyons and Malcolm Burnley and moderated by WURD's own general manager, Ashanti Martin. This will be a provocative discussion about identity, belonging, and a variety of biracial and multiracial experiences. That's a special broadcast on Being Biracial, Friday, May 3rd at 4 p.m. only on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
For more than a decade, Comcast has been committed to bridging the digital divide in Philadelphia and across the country. From connecting people to the internet to opening doors for the next generation of innovators, entrepreneurs, and storytellers, they are helping to create a future that benefits generations to come. Now, Comcast is expanding their efforts through Project Up, their comprehensive initiative to help build a future of unlimited possibilities. Backed by a $1 billion commitment to reach tens of millions of people over the next decade, Comcast is working to ensure all Philadelphians have the skills, resources, and opportunities they need to participate and excel in an increasingly digital world. This includes partnering with community experts to build a network of digital navigators, trusted individuals who help build awareness around initiatives like the government's Affordable Connectivity Program, and teach critical digital skills to get more people online. Project Up, building a future of unlimited possibilities. Learn more at comcast.com/Project Up. Through Project Up, Comcast is committing $1 billion to build a future of unlimited possibilities.
Donors choose. Support a classroom.
Build a future.
Did you know that every year, public school teachers spend nearly $500 of their own money for student supplies? Let's do the math. That comes out to over $1.2 billion a year. And that's just not right. At Donors Choose, we want students and teachers to have the tools they need for a great education. And now, more than ever, they need your help. Here's what you can do. Go to donorschoose.org and choose from teachers' requests that support reading, math, science, history, and more. Once a request is funded, we'll take care of shipping everything directly to the teacher. It's that easy. You'll receive thank you letters and photos from students and teachers and a report of how every dollar was spent. Teachers' needs have never been greater. Learn more at donorschoose.org.
Donors Choose. Support a classroom.
Build a future.
Want to be heard on Word?
Yes, this is Miss Renee King out of Philadelphia.
Dial 215-634-8065 to join the conversation. Outside of Philly, dial 1-866-361-0900. First-time caller? Great. We would love to hear from you. Word is the voice of the African American community, so make yours heard. Please limit calls to once per day. Spread the word and tell a friend to tune in and join the conversation.
No, what's the word, boy? What's the word? What's the word?
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking with Danielle Laudeman and Tarron Jackson in this hour. We're talking about a lot of things, but especially about the upcoming event called the Big Climb Philly event. I'm going to ask if Danielle will share with us once again about the event. But before we do that, I see that we have a winner. We have a winner to our ticket giveaway. Curtis is the winner of the tickets to CandleCon. Congratulations. Woo-hoo! I know you're going to have a ball, okay? I know you are. And I want to hear all about it. You hear me, Curtis? You let me know after the event how good of a time you had, because we want to share with the rest of the family. But thank you for calling and congratulations. So, family, the Big Climb Philly, which will take place in just 10 days on May 11th at the Lincoln Financial Field. I don't know why I couldn't get that out. I was trying to say the link, and I didn't want to say the whole name, and my brain was fighting me. But at the Lincoln Financial Field. So please share with us one more time just a little about the event, as well as the purpose and the initiative behind it, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. For everybody who's just coming on and maybe didn't hear before, Big Climb Philly is a high energy fundraising event for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. All the fundraised for the event goes directly towards the LLS mission, which is to cure leukemia, lymphoma, Hodgkin's disease, and myeloma, and improve the quality of life of patients and their families. Like you said, we'll be climbing on May 11th at Lincoln Financial Field. Gates will open at 8 a.m. and we'll start climbing at 9 a.m. and we'll climb every 15 minutes until 12:15.
Until 12:50. That's a lot of climbing.
13 groups of folks will be going off.
Ooh. So, Tarron, I'm going to ask you, if it's not too personal to share, would you please tell our family just a little bit about the experience of losing your brother and how it affected you and your family?
Oh yeah. So, man, I really think that me losing my brother was definitely a pivotal moment for me, and it definitely helped develop me to kind of who I am today. But so it kind of started when I would say I was around maybe like 6 or 7. When we kind of started noticing things. And he kind of started to go through the process of getting medication and different things like that. And I think it really affected me and my my mom, dad, and family so much because of the way he did it. As he was going through his chemo and his different stuff, like, man, he was the bright spot in the room. Like, he was always smiling, he was always happy, he was always asking about me, asking to make sure that I'm good with the stuff that I was doing, whether it be school, work. He was always trying to make sure that I was good and what he was going through was not affecting me. And I kind of try to live through that now. How I live life, being happy, not letting circumstances affect, how I live day to day. But it definitely was a pivotal moment for me because he went through so much, man, and to not complain and just keep fighting. So that was definitely a pivotal moment. He didn't win the battle, but I really feel like, everything happens for a reason. Like, he's in a better place now. So for me, it's, using what he taught me and trying to do what he would want. And that's for me to help people in his same position and grow and be happy and, try to live life in the right way.
Why do you both believe it is so important to build more awareness about blood cancers?
Trying to let you go first.
Yeah, I think it's important because I feel like a lot of people don't really know about a lot of the things that come along with blood cancers. Whether it be diagnosing it or going through it or whatever. A lot of people don't know about it because when we did it, we had no idea. We've never even heard of blood cancers when it happened to us. And another thing is having a way for kids to be able to get that treatment that they need, especially financially. It definitely was a big help for us, when people stepped in and helped us through the process. Because honestly, financially, we didn't have the money to afford a lot of the treatments and stuff. So a lot of the government funding and all these different places like LLS helped us, go through that process. So I think it's huge for people to get that awareness and help fundraisers and help the places that are trying to fight this blood cancer, so that they'll be able to do it. So yeah.
Sure. Thank you for that.
I would piggyback right off of what Tarron said. Every 3 minutes, somebody is diagnosed with a blood cancer. So the time that we're on this call, I mean, so many people have been diagnosed, and you don't really know what to expect until it comes upon you. And then when it does, you're in this whirlwind of shock and trying to just understand everything that's happening. And I think creating the awareness around it, not just for research, but like Tarron said, patient access to and advocacy, all things that LLS is leading the charge in right now, being able to fund things such as just like gas cards so people can get to the treatment that they need. The ability to just have the access to that, I think, is so important. Research and the treatments are so important, but it goes so much far past those things until we can get to the place where it is where we have treatments and a cure to hopefully eventually have a world without a blood cancer.
You know, I have to be honest with the both of you. I wasn't familiar with or that blood cancers existed prior to a few months ago. I had no idea. I had not heard of it, and even in the initial conversation when I was being made aware, I was thinking, like, wow, like, is this new? And it's not new. This is not new. This is not new. It's been around. So I applaud you both, and I appreciate you both for raising awareness and for helping others. I do want to share, I see some of our family members are checking in. Norm McGowan, he shares, good evening, everyone. I hope you all had a great day and I hope the good things came your way. Looking forward to this conversation. Well, we appreciate that, Norm. So appreciate that. And Eric shares, hello, Danielle and Tarron. Welcome to the WURD platform. I just want to say thank you so much for being visible, being on call, being an inspiration to various communities. The universe needs more folks like you both. And Malcolm shares, hey there, Danielle and Tarron. I like this event since I am a survivor. So we appreciate that. And we want you to know we appreciate you. Oh, I do believe we have a family member on the phone lines. Hi there. Oh, Friendly Fred. Thank you for checking in, Friendly Fred. And thank you for your patience.
Thank you, Carl. This is short today. I just want to say, when a girl says, let me take care of you, it usually means that she is offering to provide emotional support or help with a problem. It can also mean that she wants to show her affection for you in a caring way. And my delight is her to, that's all I had to share.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you for joining the conversation. Friendly Fred, you never disappoint, I tell you. Finally, for those of you who have just tuned in, you are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are joined in this hour with Danielle Laudeman and Tarron Jackson. We're talking about the Big Climb Philly. You say, well, what is that? What is it? Well, we will tell you what it is. It's an event that is a fundraiser to cure blood cancers. I don't know about you, but I wasn't really aware about, that blood cancers existed. And quite honestly, plural. I didn't realize they were different when I'm telling you that I was just in shock. And this was just in the more recent past that I was made aware. So what I do not know, I'm curious to know about statistics about blood cancers. Is this are blood cancers, is the diagnosis for blood cancers growing? Are we getting any close to finding cures, or is there any information you have about that?
Yeah, I can give you a little bit. So we're doing everything we can every day, obviously. Right now, like I said before, every 3 minutes, somebody is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Every 9 minutes, somebody passes away from a blood cancer. We're doing the most that we can in order to get rid of that number altogether. But blood cancers are the third highest death rate of cancers in the US. So it's happening still, and we're doing, like I said, everything that we can to hopefully eliminate that. LLS has been, in the past 6 years, has been funding 3 out of every 4 FDA approved blood cancer treatments. So we're at the forefront of it. We're trying and doing everything, like I said, we can.
So is it more prevalent in a specific age group or demographic or?
Yeah, so it kind of just depends on the type of blood cancer. A lot of times you'll see it more in an older age group or in children's. Usually, like that middle age group is not as likely, but it can happen at any age, truly. But mostly we see it at the different ends there.
Wow. Just the thought of it, the thought of it. I will say, I'm grateful to you all for having this event. Family, if you want to participate, Danielle was sharing with us that you can look up the Big Climb, but more specifically, where can we go to participate?
So on ls.org, you can find all of our different types of events. From there, you can go to Big Climb and find an event that's closest to you. If we're talking about Eastern Pennsylvania, Delaware, that'll be Big Climb Philly. If you're tuning in from a little bit further away, we do have multiple events across the country that you can get involved with. So some of them have already started happening, but then there is some that are local like us and then New York who are happening a little bit more towards we're in 10 days and then New York is the week after us.
Oh, wow. Okay. Are they all highly physical events?
They are all high energy. I will say that, yes. But they happen in different types of buildings. So some are happening in skyscrapers and then some have moved to different stadiums. Mm-hmm. So I know New York is in MetLife. So different types of locations for every different event.
Listen, I'm not complaining though. I have no problem with the high energy events. Not complaining at all. I don't want to give the impression that I am because I think that's fun. And especially when you're doing with your family or with your community. You can bring your neighbors if you want.
You can bring anyone. We say bring your coworkers, bring your family, bring your friends, bring your neighbor, bring someone you met off the street. We can come together as a team and we can all come together for one cause.
I like that. So throughout, I did not ask for how long what's the duration of the event?
So for the climb itself, we expect between like a half an hour, 45 minutes, just kind of depends on how long and how fast you're going to go through the stadium. It's 2,000 steps. So if that makes it a little bit better to imagine how long that is.
We got that.
It's not bad. Everyone can do it. We have people who they say, I got a knee replacement this year. Can I do it? And they come out and they do it and they say it was very accessible for them. So.
And how about that, family? For those of you who have your Fitbits or who are counting your steps, I mean, what perfect way to get those steps in. And I used to have a little Fitbit and I used to count my steps. Now I do it, mentally, but I couldn't, you have to get those steps in. And I still have that embedded in my spirit. I've got to get my steps in. So what better way? And 2,000? Oh, come on. That's easy. Tarron, I'm coming for you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, come on.
I can see the competition now at the finish line.
Yeah, I have truly lost my mind. If I am competing with an athlete. No, I've truly lost my mind. I do want to share Gary is joining us. Gary Bryant. Hey there, Gary. Welcome. Welcome to the conversation. We are talking with Danielle Laudeman and Tarron Jackson. We're talking about the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Big Climb Philly event, which will take place on May 11th at the Lincoln Financial Field. I had to say that slowly so that I didn't mess it up again because
we all know where the link's at. You could say the link.
I kept wanting to say the link. We know the link, right? That's what we say. That's what we call it. So at the link. I think this is awesome. Again, I just applaud you both for your advocacy and just for using your platforms, both of you, because like I said, I'm just learning about blood cancers. And prior to a few months ago, I had no idea because, it's not something that you hear about other types of cancers more often. So when it was said, I thought there was a mistake. What do you mean, blood cancers? So I'm happy to know that you are here to help educate us, and we get to have some fun while becoming educated. Family, listen, stay with us. We're going to take a commercial break, but we are coming right back.
Tune in to Afro Unity Beats Sundays at 5 p.m. hosted by Brother Shamari, David Barnes, and Patrick Atsadu. Afro Unity Beats features contemporary Afrobeat melded with the traditional African, Caribbean, and Black-rooted musical forms from around the diaspora. Check out weekly artists from different parts of the diaspora discussing the latest sounds from their part of the world and the history of their musical origins. That's Afro Unity Beats every Sunday, except the fourth Sunday at 5 p.m. only on WURD. Progressive Black Talk Media.
We're walking to save Black men's lives. Black men, it's time to take control of your health. Black Men's Wellness Day is Saturday, June 8th at Temple University at 7 a.m. Come out and receive free health screenings along with our honorary chairs, Sharif Street and Solomon Jones. Learn more at aawellness.org. Sponsored by Gilead, Johnson & Johnson, Guidenza, Aetna, Myriad Genetics, Phillies, Crossroads, UPMC Health Plan, and Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine.
Being blind doesn't always look how others may think. Stargardt disease was supposed to define me.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. A blinding eye disease attempted to force me away from doing what I was born to do.
But it cannot stop me. I have the tools.
I will keep moving forward.
Pushing past the limits of this disability.
I know where to find support and where I can be seen.
Loss of sight won't blind our vision. Innovative research, educational resources, supportive community. The Foundation Fighting Blindness is leading the charge in finding treatments and cures for blinding diseases. Learn more at fightingblindness.org. A public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Tune in this Saturday at 8 a.m. for Conversations with the Commissioners, hosted by Chairman Omar Sabir. Learn more about voting and how elections are run in Philadelphia by joining the conversation exclusively on Word Radio, Black Talk Media.
We're celebrating Black influence and Black excellence worldwide on the home of progressive Black Talk Media, WURD. You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
And we are back. Welcome back to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking about the Big Climb Philly event. I think we should all be there. Okay, I know I need to be there, but I think we should all be there. I'm going to take a moment to go to our phone lines because one of our family members is calling in. Ron, is that you?
Yes, it is he. Hello,
Hi.
ma'am, and hello, young fella. I'm glad that you're taking on the initiative, because sickle cell been around for quite some time. Carol said she didn't know that. That's where the white cell eats up the red cell, and it goes back to quite some time. But I want to say to you, sir, and what you and your couple, what the organization is doing, what a wonderful thing to remember the life of your loved one when he walked on this earth by doing and taking on this initiative and constantly bringing it to the attention that may not know about that. And when I look at you and what you said tonight, I remind the artists of doing a picture of y'all, and your hands is reaching out and saying, help is on the way. So I certainly hope people listen to that and can share that with somebody, that know what y'all are doing. So I'm appreciative of that. The other night, Carol, you had someone on talking about breast cancer. The day I was out after coming from therapy, I was out, and a lady named Miss Sandra, she told me her daughter have got breast cancer just today, and she said it's in stage 3. And I didn't know what to say to Miss Sandra. 'cause I know her daughter and I know her daughter. And I said this to her, tell her daughter that our Heavenly Father, even though she's going through this metamorphosis, that her Heavenly Father knows just how much she can bear. And I know I think I have a little power. And when I take inventory, not bragging, I'm a little better off than someone else for now. And that's why it's very important to the two guests here. Just stop and think. Just stop and think about through death. And I was singing a song one time said that in life, we know God is good. But in death, God is also good too. For he promised us after this life, there will be eternal life after this life. So that's give us hope for tomorrow. And I say to y'all that's going through that, we're in a time, we're born to die. We are born to die. And it's all right. Which way your brother served. His soul got a seat in the kingdom for those of us that believe in it. Say, we're loving life here, man. They're listening out there. Maybe everybody don't call in. Malcolm and our whole team of loving life is listening. I'm quite sure when they're in that positive zone about caring, you will be remembered. So you'll be, may you, the Lord walk with you. And he said, where's our faith? Because he's gone. But your life, and through his life, you can help someone as they pilgrim through this life. So be blessed, and I'm glad and enjoy hearing this program. It is an inspiration, loving life here to so many people that don't call in, but I know that they're listening. And because of it, it gives us hope for tomorrow. That's where that faith is. It gives us hope for tomorrow. Thank you very much, and hope to maybe see everyone very soon. That's all it is on my physical condition is on, but I won't complain. And every time I'm feeling sad, I wait to hear the people like y'all in this show here that calls in. And just remind me, you never know what the Lord has in store, but this we do know. On WRD, 11 Life, we have a family that cares. And now you're a part of that family. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ron. I could not have said it better. Thank you. I truly do appreciate you for just your transparency and your vulnerability always, but for pouring into us positively. I just can't tell you how much I do appreciate that. I do. And when he was sharing, actually reiterating what I said about not being aware of the different blood cancers, I'd heard of sickle cell, but I had no idea there were different types of blood cancers. My knowledge is so limited, so I can only imagine the job that you have, that the both of you have, raising awareness, and helping to, like I say, educate those who are already aware, because I'm sure, just like me, if I were to have been diagnosed right now, I wouldn't know. So I just applaud you for taking on the position that you both have. I do want to say that Darren Toms is checking in. That's Smitty, Mr. and Mrs. Smitty. Congratulations on your anniversary, your 3-year anniversary. OMG. K Ward Radio is joining us as well and is wishing everyone a happy Wednesday. Before the two of you leave us in this hour, I want to be sure I did not leave anything out. I want to make sure our family has all of the information that they need in order to participate. Is there a fee to participate in the event?
There is. If there's a $50 fee right now to participate in the event, they can do that online. So everything will go through their on their online page, or they can do it when they sign up day of if they would like as well.
Okay. And so we can sign up there. We can sign up online. This is the event. Was it 9 a.m.?
Gates will open at 8 a.m. and then 9 a.m. will be the first climb. Once you sign up, we will send you over your climb time. So you'll be assigned a climb time. You'll know when to show up. And then you come, you climb, and you have a good time.
You come and you climb and you have a good time. I love that.
Did not even mean to rhyme either.
I love that. That should be everywhere. You come, you climb, you have a good time. Tarron, is there anything that you would like to leave us with today?
I just say, man, this truly is a great event, and I'm happy to be a part of it. And to speak on what that last caller was saying, man, we're put here to be servants, man. You know, I'm a big believer, man, and I believe that we were put here to be servants. And, you know, that's one thing that I feel like I was put here to do, is to help people that's in this position, because I was, you know, I went through it. So, you know, show up, let's have fun, man. Let's enjoy this event.
Tarron is calling us out, y'all. You hear him? You hear him? Danielle, I heard that. That sounded like a challenge, didn't it?
I know. He's going to be looking at that leaderboard. So anybody that's above him.
See, that's so unfair, because this is practice for you. This is terrible. Some of us, and I'm speaking for myself, not you, family. Listen, I haven't been this active in so long. I'll be looking at you.
I know. Hey, long as you finish.
Listen, as long as I finish, right? That's right. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, Tarron. I'm coming for you.
Come on.
All right, family. You heard it. You heard it. That is on May 11th. The event is called the Big Climb Philly. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And you can participate. Is at the link. It's taking place at the link. I got it right that time, Danielle. It's taking place at the link. That is the Lincoln Financial Field. That's right. That's right. It's a community event. You know, bring one, bring all. Everybody can come. Everybody can participate. And it's just a lot of fun. That's what it is. It's just a lot of fun. And once again, Tarron, just terribly so sorry for your loss. I cannot imagine, but grateful, so grateful that you work through, you know, your loss in this way, helping everyone else. Danielle, you as well. Thank you for your service and everything that you are doing. Thank you to the society as a whole, you know, for making us aware. And we look forward to more events. We look forward to more. How did you put it? Was it physical? How did you put it?
High energy.
High energy. I don't look. My spirit won't even receive it. Look, my spirit is rejecting it.
You got to be there day of. You'll feel it, and then you'll know the energy that I'm talking about.
We're looking forward to more high energy events. I got it. Family, hey there. Listen, we're going to take just a short commercial break, but know that the phone lines are still open. Feel free to continue to comment on our socials, and I promise I will do my best to read it aloud. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. You know I will. I want to thank once again Danielle Laudeman and Tarron Jackson. Tarron, we're going to be looking for you on the field, okay?
Oh, yeah.
What?
75.
What? We're going to be looking for you. Thank you once again. Thank you. It's time for a commercial break. So stay with us. We will be right back. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
It's the WURD Hot 60. Hot 60. Here's the hottest 60 seconds you missed on Evening Words.
Dr. Stephen Tyson, tell us a little bit about your role as City Year and what City Year does and how it helps provide opportunities for young people.
Most definitely. So, yeah, I'm a program director there. So we currently are serving 13 schools in the school district of Philadelphia. I oversee the programming of City Year at 5 of those schools. I have the academies at Roxborough High School, Kensington High School, Kensington Classic, I should say, Colony High School, Edwin Forrest Elementary, and Southwark Elementary. But we are also in 8 additional schools. And the best part about City Year, this is my 7th year here at City Year, and it's such a unique organization in the fact that we really do our best as a staff and as an organization really to pour into the professional development of our young people, specifically the young 18 to 24-year-olds that are volunteering and signing up as AmeriCorps service members to work with 3rd through 10th grade students in the school district of Philly.
And that's your hottest 60 seconds from Evening Words on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Stand with Word Radio as we continue to provide dynamic, progressive programming to inform and empower our people. We're living in unprecedented times, and we must stand together to protect and preserve Black Talk Media. Become a 4-Word member with the annual membership price of just $90 or a digital member starting at just $5 per month. If you're already a 4-Word member, sign up, family member, or friend to help us continue making history. Start or renew your 4-Word membership today. Visit wordradio.com www.wordradio.com/4word or wordradio.com/membership.
Family Therapy Vignette Moments with Dr. Lucille Ijoy. It's April, you know. We're not fooling around. Take this note. You have the right to vote. Sometimes you want to give up and make a sorry frown, but it's April and we're not fooling around. We register, we vote, we must. We're standing tall. We realize this is no joke. We're standing with the crowds. We're standing for the vote. We register, we vote, we must. We register, we vote, we must. This is Dr. Lucille Ijoy. We register, we vote, we must.
Our Great Lakes. Each year, Adopt a Beach cleanup volunteers remove thousands of pounds of litter from their shores. About 85% of it is plastic. Tackling the problem together, we're making a difference. Join us at greatlakes.org/adopt.
Tune into Solutions with Amadi Braxton, Fridays from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. on WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM. Progressive Black Talk Media. Streaming online at wordradio.com, on social, and on the Word Radio app. Celebrating Black excellence worldwide and bringing joy and power to the people. This is WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online on wordradio.com and the Word Radio app.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. Welcome to the top of the second hour of Love and Life with Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Y'all, I can't believe it's May 1st. I just cannot. I have to keep saying it. I know. Just ignore me when I say it because I'm having my own moment with it, okay? But happy to be here nonetheless. In any event, I have another extraordinary human being for you to meet. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Her name is Brett Ashley Robinson. She is a 2021 Pew Fellow, as well as a Barrymore Award-winning actor, director, theater maker, and educator based in Philadelphia, our very own fair city. She is the 2021 winner of the PEN America Gene Stein Oral History Grant for her original work reenactment. There's so much more to this woman, okay? I would be reading all night. So what I want to do, because I want you to know all of it, but I actually want you to meet her, and I want you to join the conversation with us. So I'm going to start the conversation, and then we'll share some more about everything that she is, okay? So family, I invite you to the conversation with Brett Ashley Robinson. Well, hello there, phenomenal human being. How are you?
Gosh. Hi. Wow, having someone read your bio out loud really does make you sound more impressive than you are.
No, that is all you. You are a phenomenal human being. I said, and then what? And then what? And then what? I felt like the kids, like the babies, all the babies like to say, and then that's how I felt. And then,
Oh my
then.
God.
But I mean, congrats. You're phenomenal.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm really lucky to be a member of the Philadelphia theater community, really lucky to be an educator and a maker and a working artist. So mostly I have a lot of gratitude to Philadelphia.
Wow. How about that? So before we get into sharing some more of who you are and what you do and your accomplishments, can you just share with us where you grew up, where you're from? Tell us a little bit more about you in that regard.
Yeah, I was born in New York City, but I grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina. Yeah, I feel like I have a little bit of the best of both worlds.
You do.
Went to college at the University of North Carolina, Greensboro, and eventually through lots of like kind of performances and like kind of touring, ended up in Philadelphia and have been here on and off for maybe the last 8 or 9 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, did you always have an attraction or a love for theater, or did you stumble upon it?
Oh yeah, I think I always wanted to be a performer. I used to take dance classes because I wanted to be an MC Hammer backup dancer. I was I was convinced that I would graduate
I
from
wasn't ready for
school and become a professional MC Hammer backup dancer. But that's not what happened for me. I ended up making theater for a long time and then being like, I really want to learn how to make my own theater. So I came to Philadelphia to go to the Pig Iron School, which is a school that specializes in devised theater, which is a way of like making theater like collaboratively with others, like the folks in the room. And then kind of continued acting. And I'm a member of the Wilma House Company and
Yes.
Applied Mechanics, which is a devised theater company here in Philadelphia. And I've been kind of making work with those companies and other companies in Philadelphia ever since.
Oh my goodness. I mean, it just feels like again, and then, like, where do you find the time? Where do you find the time?
Oh, don't ask me. I would be appreciative of like one more hour a day for sure. But I'm really lucky. I mean, it is work, but it's like
Mhm.
work that's a pleasure. And you know, that makes it really light work. It's
Yeah.
hard, but it's, you know, it's light and it's good. It's a real joy. It's a real blessing.
So to that point, what do you enjoy most about what you do?
I think the thing that I enjoy most is that each time you make a show, no matter what you're doing, you're making a little world with other people.
Mm.
And you get to live and create this world together. And then you get to open it up and share it with people. And I really just like love that generosity like so
Yeah.
much. I love making art with other people. I love talking about art with other people. I love like making something and sharing it with people and hearing what they think, hearing how they feel, hoping that it like resonates and connects really deeply with them. I like that theater is different than television because each night it's different. Um,
Mm.
and each night you get to offer and try to make this thing in front of people. And it's special because each performance is individual and you don't get that anywhere else.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. How about that? Wow. That was nicely put.
Oh, thanks.
I can identify when you said that. I was thinking she's absolutely right. Oh, but you have to have a love of that. You have to have a love for that spontaneity, for that, because that keeps your adrenaline pumping.
Yeah.
That excitement of it all and being able to make it something new each and every time. That you have to really love that. And you clearly do. Oh, you do. You do. I'm going to share. Not that you even asked me to do so, but I'm
No.
going to share with you in this moment. So I was in a play at this one point, and Nasir, you will remember this. I was in this play, and at this one point in the play, there was supposed to be one of our cast members who was supposed to already have been on the stage, but he had some sort of fashion, but he was doing something he wasn't on the stage, and I was supposed to make this big reveal and and he wasn't there. So we had to, of course, make up dialogue in the moment.
Yeah.
So when you were saying that about being able to make a piece, something different each and every time, is that freedom, that creative freedom that
Yeah.
you have. But again, it keeps your adrenaline pumping, but that helps because that raises the energy, not only
Yeah.
on the stage, but in the audience, because even though they don't know, they do feel the energy, they feel the increased energy. So
They really do. When they get this, the audience gets the suspicion that something is going on, you can feel the whole room change. They're like, what? We're like listening a little harder than we were before.
huh.
And you're like, get on stage.
I like it. That's the whole thing because my back was supposed to be to this cast member, and I was tugging, and I kept having to look out of my peripheral thinking, "Is he there yet? Is he there yet?" So Nasir said, "Yes, I remember that. I knew you would. I knew you would." That was we laughed about that, and then in this same play, there was a part where I was chasing one of the cast members, and as we were going out the doorway, I slipped. So we but of course, it added to the moment because
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to catch the person anyway, and I was really close to the cast member. So it helped. It
It
helped a lot.
helped. It solved a problem. You were making a bold choice.
You hear me? Okay, you see that? That was that initiative I took. But we are here to talk about you, and you're just bringing back memories for me in this moment. But I want to talk about you and what you have going on currently. OMG. But did you please tell our family members a little bit about a good person?
Yes. So A Good Person is a solo show that I wrote about what it means to be a good person. And by
Mm.
being a good person, is there something about ourselves that we are hiding from? Why do we choose to be good, considering how hard and sometimes unfulfilling that feeling
Mm.
can be? Why do we choose to be good? And by choosing to be good, what are we protecting ourselves from? Uh,
Mhm.
it's a clown show, a very specific kind of clown
Okay.
called bouffant, which seems like a strange term, but is something that we're actually like quite familiar with. I think a lot. A bouffant is someone who is like making fun of the culture, making fun of the moment, is like really
Okay.
poking fun. And I think growing up in a Black household, I've really identified with this kind of clown. I think this sense of humor of like playing pretend and playing act someone is really delicious and really fun and like super like close to my heart in the way that the television that I grew up watching and the folks that like I found really funny and like the moments of comedy that really stick out in my mind. So it's a solo show, but really about kind of the pitfalls and complications of being good and like how do we reconcile being good with like the fullness of who we are as people.
Mm. Mm. How about that? That's a that's a very good question.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to something you just shared with us. You were sharing that you said it's a one-person show,
Mhm.
and you shared that it's like a type of clown. And when you use that terminology, it's a terminology with which I am unfamiliar. So I'm going to ask because I imagine some of our family members are saying, okay, what exactly does that mean? And
Yeah.
so are there any examples that you
Yeah.
can give with us, which would
Of
help us to become
course.
more familiar?
Of course. I really think that like what I'm like, oh, you know what is a good example? Like the movie White Chicks, where like they're dressed up as they're like kind of like pretending to be something that they're not. They're like pretending, and they get into all these kind of snafus because who they are is not who they present themselves to be. But by like
Mhm.
being like, white chicks, they somehow like manage to also make a critique. They're like commenting on like this kind of identity and their relationship as like kind of Black men to white women. And I
Mhm.
think that sometimes when we think of clown, we think of clowns with just like red noses or like
Mhm.
big shoes and like big curly wigs, and they like 100 of them get out of a car. And
Me too.
and what I would say is that that's not the show. I think that clown is also like a very specific type of comedy, and we know it really well. I think when we think of Living Single, that is
Mhm.
the show with clown, right? That is a show with like very distinct personalities, right?
Yes.
We see the archetype really clearly, and we see really their like humanity on their sleeve. When they feel a big feeling, they react huge. Like I mean, like I grew up loving Maxine in a way that I did not know was possible. I was like obsessed, And I think there's something about her face, right? That like hugeness of the face, and that we laugh because we see the truth in her.
We
And
did.
that is like the origin of clown. Nowadays we kind of associate clowns with like circus, but clowns are like people who feel huge feelings. And because they feel huge feelings, give us permission to also feel huge feelings.
Thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. No, really, for that clarity, because you're absolutely right. When you said clown, immediately the image in my mind, it didn't matter what followed or preceded the word clown. All I heard was clown. And so I had this image, and you're absolutely right, with the white face and a red nose.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, let's dig into that.
I'm glad you asked. I think like, you know, it's a tricky thing to talk about. I think that like also clown sometimes seems like something that we're like, oh, I don't want to say a clown. I like, oh, well, what am I gonna do? But I think that one of the greatest things we can do is like once you see a clown show that is not a part of a circus, you begin to realize the clown that affects like pop culture all the time. I think of like Martin and the show Martin, and the archetypes there are so strong, right? There's also clown in that show. When I think of what is it called? In Living Color, right? That they're playing in the world of clown. We have this very specific American idea of what clown is because of like the circus, but in fact, clown is everywhere in our culture.
So it's an adverb more than a noun. How we're using it. Okay. When I break it down that way, when I say, oh, we're using this word as an adverb as opposed to a noun, it just puts things in so much of a better perspective for me. And I know in this production, I was reading that this body of work is about a woman named Patricia.
Yeah.
So is there a comedic element to Patricia's perspective? Or
Patricia is a rich white woman. I am neither rich nor white.
Okay. No,
surprisingly. I am neither rich nor white, and what she does is she kind of comes out into the audience. She's very well intending, and she comes from a true place of like wanting to please, wanting to be an excellent educator on what it's like to be a good person, and kind of falls into her own traps, which I think are my own traps also of what it means to be good. It's you know, it's in like a very particular style. She's like in whiteface. I do look like a white woman, a beautiful white woman. And I think that there's something like really eerie and like hilarious about the way she looks, but also there's something about her that has an engine of like wanting to do the right thing in real authentic ways. But she realizes that being a good person is not particularly satisfying. It isn't, and like she asks herself like a question of like, what does it mean to reconcile the parts of me that are not good with the parts of me that want to be good? And what do I do when I'm confronted with the parts of me that are less interested in being good?
Well, now those are some interesting questions, especially from, so is she being asked this? She's asking herself this. So this is a white woman asking herself. That's okay. That's a lot, Brett. That's a lot.
It is a lot. They're layers, you know. I would say that being said, I don't think that like. I would say that all that stuff like kind of comes pretty easily digestible. I think that like the joke is that I'm so clearly a Black woman pretending to be a white woman. So I think you can kind of like you can kind of let that go. And I think like the play at its best, I hope, is asking us the question of like, how much are we giving up of our own humanity in order to compromise to be seen as good? Which I think is like ultimately a universal question. That being said, like the pitfalls of being a good person, you know, are inherently funny. Like my own anxiety about going to a coffee shop and then like tipping and how much is appropriate to tip if I don't have a dollar bill, but I look and the like percentages are there instead of the dollar numbers. You know what I mean? Like we all are like, okay, well then what do I do? Like it doesn't seem appropriate to just tip 30 cents, but 30 cents is like 20, you know, and you go down this wormhole. Or like, you know, this idea that like I was really raised to turn the other cheek. And like eventually I'm like, wow, my face really hurts. But I guess I'll just keep turning, you know? And what does that say about me? And what do I believe about myself because I'm willing to do that? And so this play is a little bit of those questions and asking like, how do we reconcile? How do we make peace with the fact that there's a part of us that, you know, compromises ourselves in order to be good?
So how was the choice made for the character to be a white woman asking these questions?
Oh, you know, Patricia is a character that I've had for a while that has generally kind of like talked to audiences. The one thing that I like about the white face, sorry, my dog is making noise. One of the things that I really like about the white face is it makes people think that the only thing we'll be making fun of is like white women. But actually, I'm continually interested in making fun of myself and like and people who are my age. And so I think in some ways the white face is a little bit of a trick to get you to know to assume what you think the show is going to be about. And in fact, I'm trying to ask larger questions. I like Patricia a lot because she's terrible, but she's well-meaning. And we all know somebody in our lives who is terrible, but deeply, deeply well-meaning. And I love that kind of conflict of the people that we don't particularly, we can't get rid of those people. Right. but they want the best, you know, they're trying really hard and you're like, oh, I would prefer not to have this conversation with you.
Oh my goodness. So Patricia, oh wow, this is so interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. What from where? When this brainchild come
So
from where?
So I'm from the South. And so one of the things that I was interested in, especially like spending some time growing up in the North and then living in the South, like the assumptions that Northerners also have about Southerners, and Patricia has like a very strong, thick Southern accent. And so like this sound like she sounds like this. So like there was just like also just great pleasure and like making those sounds and like sounding like someone where like, you know, in a city like in the kind of school that I was in may not seem like the highest class person, but also has like deep humanity and is like very complicated and also dangerous. You know, when we assume that we're better than people, those people are real. We're making those people more dangerous because they have what we don't know about them will remain unknowable until they choose to reveal it. You know,
How about that?
Yeah.
Oh, family. If you have just joined us, welcome. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking with the one, the only, Brett Ashley Robinson, and she is sharing with us about her journey as an actor. When we come back, she's going to talk with us about being a director and a theater maker. But we've been talking about her production, A Good Person. Patricia sounds like something else, doesn't she? Oh, heavens to Murgatroyd. She sounds like somebody I know. She does. But I can so understand. I so understand from where you're coming. I do want to share that Malcolm, he shares that that's an interesting take on comedy.
Thanks, Malcolm.
Yes, and Eric shares good evening, Brett Ashley Robinson. Thank you so much for bringing your amazing positive energy to the WURD platform. And I have to say, you ladies are rocking that stunning eyewear. Well, I was admiring your glasses.
I know, I was admiring your glasses.
So thank you, Eric, for that. He shares, also remember, laugh and the world laughs with you. Be you, be good, and be authentic. I love that. I love that. See that? We are love bugs here. We're just love lights. I tell you. But I was sharing with you all, family, some of Brad's accolades. I do have more to share with you after the commercial break. I'm definitely going to share some more with you. But Malcolm shares, LOL, a cringy, well-meaning white woman. Now that
Exactly.
yes, 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 you Malcolm, you know we know some. You know we do. You know we do. Family, we're taking a commercial break, but remember the phone lines, they are open. You know you're always invited to the conversation, and feel free to continue to comment on our socials. We still do have another pair of tickets. When we come back, I'm going to tell you more about CandleCon so that you can call in to get those tickets. We'll be right back.
Hey WRD family, I'm Eric.
And I'm Kai.
And this is Unpacking, a weekly pop culture and wellness show from a Black queer perspective.
Here we're going to be sharing stories, spilling tea, and unpacking the issues that matter most to our community.
Tune in every Saturday night from 10 to midnight here on 96.1 FM or 900 AM.
Unpack with us while you unwind from your day or get dressed to head down to the bar.
Either way, come on y'all, and let's unpack.
Tune into Unpacking, Saturdays at 10 p.m. only on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Hey drivers, it's Ryan Blaney, your 2023 NASCAR Cup Series champion and driver of the number 12 Discount Tire Ford Mustang. Do you know one of the most important things that helps keep my car going on the track? Tire pressure. Keeping your tires properly inflated is crucial for safe stopping power and better gas mileage. Check your tire pressure at least once a month or stop by a local tire retailer for an air check.
A message from the U.S. Tire Manufacturers Association.
Hey there, this is Tech Life Steph, and I want you to join me for a special Philly Tech Week event hosted by Word Radio, Diverse Force, and P4 Hub. On Wednesday, May 8th, I'll be moderating a conversation called Artificial Intelligence, Black Realities. This panel and tech networking event are taking place from 6 to 9 p.m. at P4 Hub, 4537 Wayne Avenue, Suite 202 in Philadelphia. We'll examine the impact of AI on Black communities and explore what opportunities and challenges this technology presents. We'll focus on how AI can reinforce systemic racism, but also how AI literacy can empower us as a community. You do have to register for this event. Go to wordradio.com/techweek to reserve your free tickets. This event is a part of Philly Tech Week and brought to you by Comcast, Pico, and the Pennsylvania Lottery. Hope to see you there.
No, what's the word, boy? What's the word? What's the word?
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
And we are back. Welcome back, family. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. We are talking with Brett Ashley Robinson in this hour, and I was sharing with you that I have some more to share with you about her because I just want you to know just how phenomenal she is. I do. I truly do. But before we do that, I want to remind you that there's still time for you to win a pair of tickets to CandleCon. That's right. All Black Everything Pop-Up presents CandleCon on Sunday, May 5th from 12 p.m. until 6 p.m. at the venue, location 215, which is located at 990 Spring Garden Street. Shop with over 30 Black candle makers from around the country and hear from guest speaker Shan Greggs of Simply Sense Candle Company from Houston, Texas. Enjoy entertainment, photo activations, workshops, wine, refreshments, and of course, lots and lots of candles. They said it's going to be lit. Haha, you like that? If this sounds like a great time, well, Word is giving away a pair of tickets to the third caller. All you have to do is dial 215-634-8065. That's right. That's the number to dial. You cannot win, however, if you have won a prize from us in the past 30 days. That's right. That's CandleCon on Sunday, May 5th at noon, presented by All Black Everything Pop-Up. That's right. That's right. So I was telling you about Brett Ashley Robinson. I just love your name. I keep saying it. I keep saying it. So I did share with you that she is a 2021 Pew Fellow, as well as a Barrymore award-winning actor, director. I love that. I love that. Theater maker and educator who is based right here in Philly. She's also the 2021 winner of the PEN America Gene Stein Oral History Grant for her original work reenactment. She was also a semifinalist for the Otto F. Haas Award for Emerging Artists and was a two-time nominee for the Golden Tassel John, Philadelphia's Drag and Burlesque Awards for Best Comedy Act as Patricia. I had to share that, you are being applauded and praised for Patricia. I had to share with that. So I'm curious to know now I've shared that you are an actor, a director, and a theater maker. Of those three, is there a preference or do you enjoy all of them equally as much?
Oh, I feel like I enjoy them all for very, very different reasons. I like being in a room with a group of people and making things together. I think that that's the best feeling. It's great to be a performer and to be an actor and kind of execute someone else's vision. There's like so much pleasure in being able to like show up and perform. And I feel like, performance in theater is a sport. Every night you have your plan, but it can be different every single night and can feel really different every single night. And each night we go out there and we try to perform to the best of our ability. And as a director, I really love plays. I love language. I love talking to actors. I love being in conversation about plays. I love having the opportunity to like have a vision or see a play in my mind and then have the opportunity to get to make it come to life. Yeah, I love them all, but they all require kind of different skills, and I really love them for different reasons.
I love that. I love that because it helps. You're a multifaceted human being, so you get to tap into each and every one of those. So with Patricia, we were sharing, for those of you who did miss when we shared, we were talking about Brett's current production, which is called A Good Person. And it is a one-person body of work. Patricia is that one person.
She is.
She is that person. But I'm going to read what was shared with me about A Good Person.
Oh, yeah.
It reads here, currently at Theater Exile, Brett is showcasing a production called A Good Person, which is a satirical production about a woman named Patricia who is navigating what a good person really is in a world full of social injustice, social media, call-out culture, and more. That's a whole lot. That's a whole lot right there. Okay. And so I'm so curious. I'm so curious, as I think about what you've said about Patricia and reading that and sharing that with our family members. I'm just so curious as to how Patricia navigates the conversation with herself about all of this. And okay, so that's a question too, because you shared with us that Patricia is a white woman. She's a Southern white woman. So this is based on her point of view. This is
Well, I think that Patricia is she has the same tools that we do. One, I think that those questions of how we navigate call out culture, social media, and more are the questions that we're all engaged with. I don't think she's not handling anything that we aren't as people already dealing with. She does have a particular perspective on those things, but I think she's well versed in the lingo of being a good person. And she is earnest in her attempt to be good. I think she recognizes, as she says, I am incredibly beautiful and also wealthy, intersectionality. Like, she does understand the concepts, although does not always get them totally correct.
Right. 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 Oh, heavens to Murgatroyd. And how long is the body of work? How long is the production?
Oh, it's about 50 minutes long. So pretty short. Yeah. You can still make it to dinner. You can see the show and still grab a bite to eat afterwards.
Well, I'm telling you, it could be listen, I could listen to Patricia for an hour and a half, I'm sure, because I'm sure I'd be interested in hearing her, process. When you talk about all of these things, social media alone and call out culture. When just those two alone, let alone social injustice and her take on all of it, and especially since it's a satire.
Yeah.
What?
Well, she definitely thinks injustice is bad. She thinks that I think she thinks call out culture is good as long as no one calls her out,
Right.
and I think she thinks social media is good and bad, but she really likes attention. So she likes the good parts of social media. She likes it if you like her photos.
Of course she does. Of course she does. Of course she does. And so what was the moment that you said, oh, I know, what, this is it. Like the moment that this idea was sparked, what was that?
I had been working on this show for a while before the pandemic. And it had always kind of reached a point where I was like, oh, I don't know what happens next. Like, I was like, oh, I know that something changes in her. And I know that like something different happens. But I didn't know what happened. And then one day I was on, I had to have a phone call, like one of those phone calls, like when you call the bank or you're calling customer service or something. And this person was like so mean to me, and I could not stop being nice to her. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, okay, but it just seems like to me that maybe I'm not totally in the wrong. Like, maybe you can. And she was so mean, and she was like, I don't understand what you're. And I got off the phone, and I was like, I started writing, and I was like, being a good person means taking it every day. It means taking it every single day. But if God makes me take it, I'm going to take it and I'm going to give it to someone else. And I think that was like the moment where I was like, oh, this show really is not just a silly show, like kind of making jokes about what it means to be good, but it's actually getting to this thing that I'm deeply in conflict with about myself, which is to be a good person to some degree means compromising some of myself.
Sure.
It means when we say we take the high road, it means that people treat us badly and we choose to disregard that. What parts of myself am I ignoring every time I choose to take the high road? And that's a complicated question. That's not like a simple, easy question to answer, because we got to participate in the world. We have to show up for each other and even people we dislike because we choose to. But making that choice also means making a compromise, and trying to find the balance is tricky. And I think a question that we don't often ask ourselves. So it's a question that I'm kind of posing to myself and to the audience in this piece is like, by deciding to be good, by deciding to do all the right things, what are you compromising in yourself? And what does yourself think about that?
Oh, wow. You're going to have us sitting there thinking. We're going to, oh, Brett. You're going to
I
have us.
hope people leave feeling like there's a lot to chew on. And I hope that people and I also want to say that although the topic may seem heavy, it's a very, very funny show. It it is very silly, and it's really an enjoyable watch, I believe.
Well, you know what? I mean, it sounds funny to me, especially, well, when I was sharing with our family members, specifically social media and call out culture. And family, you can charge us to my own ignorance, but I don't particularly think and I'm not sure, I don't know what age group Patricia is in, but I don't.
She's older. She's older than me. She's probably in her late 40s, early 50s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
But
I
that's
was
not
thinking,
old. That's just older than me.
well, thank you for that. Thank you for that. But thank you for that. But I was thinking, because I don't always associate middle-aged white women with call out culture.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like, that gave me a little chuckle, like, okay, yeah, I would really like to hear this rich, white woman talk about call out culture. Like,
Her concerns. What if she gets in an argument at the grocery store and it's not her fault and someone films her and she gets called out? What's going to happen if she gets called out? What will people think?
okay, Patricia's going to be upset if she gets called out.
The
She's going to
worst
be
thing,
upset.
it's also just like very call out culture. Like the worst thing that can happen is not being called out. The worst thing that can happen is causing harm. But I think like that's the thing that she's kind of blind to, is like that the worst thing for her could be to be called out. That's not the worst. She did something that required someone to call her out.
Lord, dude. I'm going to take a moment to go to our phone lines. James is calling in. Hi there, James. Welcome to the conversation, and thank you for calling.
How's it going, ladies?
Going
Good to
well.
see you. Okay. First of all, to be able to take on multiple characters, respect to the craft, as I asked. Respect.
Thank you.
And to be able to do that, I call it schizophrenia H2O. But facts. It was a cat, couple actors out there. What's his name? John Leguizamo.
Leguizamo, yes.
Okay. To be able to do that, mad respect. Mad respect. I love you all, okay?
We love you more, James. Thank you so much. Wait, what did he say? Schizophrenia.
I'm a big fan of John Leguizamo because of that character work. I mean, what he was saying was so spot on. Like John Leguizamo, I think, is also very close to clown. Those characters, remember like in the late 80s, early 90s, where he was doing those comedy shows where he was just playing lots of different characters?
Yes.
Like I grew up watching things like that and really, really like loved that kind of work.
I think there is so much strength in individuals who are able to do that. John Leguizamo, Whoopi Goldberg, her stand-up. Her
Yes.
stand-up was amazing.
Yeah.
Robin Williams. There's so many. There are, a few that come to mind when I think of them, but you're talking about strong personalities, but you're also talking about uberly talented individuals to be able to do that. And so, yeah, I most certainly, so do you, I'm curious to know, is there more, do you have to work more at, did you have to work more at bringing Patricia to life, since it is a one-woman show?
Yeah.
Is it harder to do a one-woman show?
Yeah. It's a lot. I mean, it's harder in the sense that it's more vulnerable, like I wrote it and I perform it, and in general there are like a lot of different hands, right? Like if you're in a play, usually there's at least another person for people to look at.
Sure.
And it's hard, but again, like it's hard and it's challenging, but that is the stuff that I really, really love. I like, getting the joke right. I like getting the timing right. And some of that work can't be done without an audience. And I like Patricia because she's funny. She's a little wild of a proposal. She's a wild thing to offer an audience, but I love the work of getting the audience really on her side. I love the fact that I get to kind of write the jokes that, in theater are not often written for me. I do look a little sweet, like I do.
There's an innocence to you, Brett.
Yeah,
There is.
there's a little innocence to me that I think, I don't disagree with or don't or dislike, but the opportunity to behave badly is a real pleasure for someone who everyone thinks is adorable and well behaved. So it's fun, but it's a challenge. But I compare it to sports a lot. It's hard to run the 400, like it is. It's hard, right? But we meet it and we train for it and we show up for it and we run the best race that we possibly can. And that's how I feel about performing solo work, is you're seeing me give you my best every night because there's no one else for me on that stage to look to. There's a whole host of people who are helping that show run and work.
Sure.
But on that stage, you're looking at me and I'm responsible for that.
Right.
And that feels important.
That sounds like a lot of weight, a huge weight. And Nick shared, our show's producer, Nick shared that John Leguizamo should have been the mask. Yes, he should have.
Yes, he should have.
Yes, he should. I said yes, hands down. Family, listen, we're going to take another commercial break, but we're coming back to continue our conversation with Brett. Listen, the phone lines are still open. You better call to get those tickets. And feel free to comment on our socials. We'll be right back.
Freedom Sounds of Jazz is still the best jazz on Friday nights with your hosts in the mix, Aquila and Jonathan Bay, every Friday night, 10 p.m. until 12 a.m., only on 900 a.m. WURD, where we Black Talk Radio.
Are you wet shaving? You'll get razor bumps.
Nah, Pops, I'm good with Gillette Skin Guard. How long you been growing that beard Mama hates anyway?
Since 77. I shaved and got ingrown so bad.
That's why I use the Gillette Skin Guard razor, face scrub, shave gel, and moisturizer. So I don't have to worry about new razor bumps or shaving irritation.
Gillette Skin Guard, huh? Your mama's gonna love this one.
The best a man can get keeps getting better with Gillette Skin Guard. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. I came out in the 11th grade. Nobody was embracing you. The kids were cruel. It was very difficult to be gay. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma. The hard part was determining that I was going to do it, but I definitely didn't do it alone.
At age 30, with the help of her mentor, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
I have a mentor, Maria. She convinced me to continue my education and to finish what I started to get my diploma. Just never judges. She's a true role model. If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Want the latest in word swag? Check out the shop tab on wordradio.com. Hoodies, tees, and more in a variety of colors. It's the shop tab on wordradio.com. You can look good and show the world that you're all about Black Talk Media.
It's too black, which means it's too strong.
We're celebrating Black influence and Black excellence worldwide on the home of progressive Black Talk Media, WURD.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Hey there, family. We are back. Welcome back to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. Before the commercial break, I was sharing with you all that Nick said that John Leguizamo should have been the mask. I am in complete and full agreement with that comment. I am. Could you imagine? It would have been a totally different movie. We do appreciate Jim Carrey. We do. But it would have been a totally different movie if John Leguizamo had been the mask. As a matter of fact, where is he? We need to make that. Come on, John, let's do that. Let's do that. I would love to see that today. I want to share that our love lights are still checking in. Heather Wilson, hey there, Boop. She's checking in and she's saying hello to everybody, as is Miss Lily. She's sending love to the entire family. And Eric shares that LaWanda Page, yes, Marla Gibbs, Jack A. Harry are three of his favorite funny comedic female actresses. Yes. He follows that comment by sharing that John Leguizamo is hysterical and brilliant at playing drag roles. Yes. In his one-man show, he channels his mother, his aunt, women from his neighborhood, and it shows the humor, the sadness, and the reality of his life in a unique comedic way. He is awesome.
Yeah.
John Leguizamo he's definitely awesome. Please share with us, Brett, how we can get tickets, for how long the production is running, where it is running, so our family members can patronize.
Absolutely. The show is happening at Theater Exile. You can get tickets at Theater Exile, I believe theaterexile.org. I'm in a lineup with two other awesome Philly women who are theater artists who are also doing solo shows. If you come on a Saturday, I think the shows start on the 7th. We run till the 19th. If you come on either of those two Saturdays, you will have the ability to see all three shows, which would be really, really fun, I think. They're all about an hour long, and I think they all have about an hour break in between. So you could come see one, you could go get a little drink, you could come see another, get a little ice cream, you could go see the last one, and go have dinner if you want to make a day of it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And Brett's body of work is it called Good Person or A Good Person?
Good Person. Yeah.
Good Person.
Mhm.
See that? It's called Good Person. Brett Ashley Robinson. We all want to see Patricia. I'm telling you.
Please come.
We want to see Patricia.
I would love for you all to come, really. And I can't say enough how fun it is to do and how lucky I am to get to share it. And anyone who's the least bit curious, please come. It's a good time.
Okay, one more time. How long it's running? The name of the theater, please.
Theater Exile.
Theater Exile.
Yep, Theater Exile. It runs from I believe the 7th through the 19th.
Okay. May 7th through May 19th.
Yes. Oh, sorry. I should say the month.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
And the show times vary. They vary anywhere between 6 to 7 on the weekdays, and on the weekends anywhere between 3 to 7 p.m.
Okay. Lastly, you were sharing about our takeaway. Would you share with us one more time? What would you like for our takeaway to be from Good Person?
I hope that your takeaway is that you leave asking yourself the question, how much am I compromising myself to be good? And what could I do to connect myself with my goodness a little bit more?
Oh, how about that? You heard it. You heard that, family. Fred is asking some tough questions here. I mean, Fred, I cannot thank you enough for coming to visit with us. We appreciate you for doing so.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's been such a good time talking to you. I'm so grateful. This has been a real blast. Yeah.
Good. We always hope that you enjoy yourself. Welcome to the family as well. Family, that is Brett Ashley Robinson. She's sharing with us about Good Person. Okay, which is her latest production. Oh, I did not ask. Well, you know what? When you you can come back and talk with us about what's next. Because right now we're focusing on Good Person.
Yeah.
Good Person is running May 7th through May 19th at Theater Exile. Where's that located?
Theater Exile, I believe, is located on 12th and Reed.
Your animation is hilarious.
I was not prepared for that question.
You said, I don't know where it is, but I know I will find it. I will be there.
Yes.
I will be there. Okay. So once again, Brett is currently at Theater Exile. She's showcasing a production called Good Person, which is a satirical production about a woman named Patricia who is navigating what a good person really is in a world full of social injustice, social media, call out culture, and more. This production can be seen once again at Theater Exile from May 7th through May 19th. Again, just thank you. And we look forward to you returning. We look forward to seeing you and Patricia. Okay. Malcolm shares South Philly.
Yeah.
That's right. That's where Theater Exile is located. So we look forward to seeing you when you come to visit with us again. Thank you for sharing your time, your energy, your attention, your spirit, and your space.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate it.
We will see you next time.
Yes, next time for sure.
Thank you, Brett. See you next time.
Thank you.
Family. Oh my goodness. I don't know about you, but I've so enjoyed our conversations this evening. I always enjoy our guests. I enjoy the conversations that we have, and it's always a pleasure, but it's always so, I don't know. It's like a hug to my heart, if you will. I love sharing us. I just believe us to be extraordinary because we are. I love sharing us. So as we close tonight, I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to start by saying, praise God, from whom all blessings flow. I'm going to ask you to pray for someone who does not yet know God. I'm going to ask you to pray for your loved ones, pray for your enemies, and for those in need. Please do that. I thank our guests again for sharing their time, their energy, their attention, their space, their spirit, their knowledge. I do. And I thank you for doing the same as always. Special thanks to the entire Word family, especially Nick and Niall, for all that you do. You have no idea. Y'all don't have any idea. Happy birthday once again to all of our love lights who are celebrating. Family, we are all in this together. You hear me? So be good to you, but please be good to those around you. I'm begging. I am. I love you, but God loves you so much more. Please be careful as you go to and fro. Yes, family. Have a great rest of your night. And be sure to join me Monday through Thursday, 7 till 9 p.m. Eastern Time for another edition of Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Have a good night, family. God willing, I'll see you tomorrow.